Hello, brainy cats. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know me or this is your first time in my channel, this is Brainy Creativity channel, and I do refer to my subscribers as brainy cats. So today I'm going to be reviewing this embossing label maker from the brand Dymo. I think that's correct how I'm pronouncing it. But anyways, let's get started. Okay, so this label maker came inside this packaging right here. As you can see, I already cut it off, and I did go crazy at first, so that's why you see all those labels in there. That Dymo label on the corner, it came with it already, just as a sample, I guess, and I just stuck it on there. But you can see that the label paper is acid free, so that's a good thing. So in the back, it does have the instructions like in pictures, as you can see, but when I cut it open, I didn't realize that it had the directions or instructions there. So yeah, nonetheless, I was able to figure it out without looking at the instructions. Honestly, it was pretty easy. So let's start off with this label maker. It does have those little dots on the sides, and you push them together, and that's how you get it open. Inside you will find the label paper cartridge, however you call it, and it's very simple. As you can see, it has the brand inside where the sticky paper is at, and it also has an arrow there to show you the direction that you're supposed to put the paper in. I'm not sure you guys can see it there. There you go. So you'll never put the paper the wrong way because it has the arrow there, so it's pretty self-explanatory. So as you can see, it's a pretty easy system. It's very simple, it's very self-explanatory. I was having a little bit of issue there trying to close it because, as you notice, the bumps on each side require you to put pressure when you're opening it and when you're closing it. So if you try to close it without putting pressure on each side, you're gonna have trouble closing it, and you don't want to end up breaking it either. Now, that underscore looking symbol that I'm pointing at, it serves two purposes. First, it helps you make spaces whenever you're typing your labels, and secondly, it helps you feed your tape through that section right there where it has the arrows. Now I'm gonna go ahead and type a label just so you guys can see how it functions. I'm gonna choose a very easy and simple word, which is the word hello. As you can tell, you have to rotate the circle, the green circle, kind of like a rotary phone, if you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys are 90s, 80s babies, maybe early 2000s, you probably know what a rotary phone is. But if you're like younger than that, then use Google and you'll know what a rotary phone is. So whenever I'm done typing my label, I like to use the underscore looking symbol to make spaces, and then I use the scissor symbol to cut it. And that's one thing I have to warn you guys about. Whenever you push the scissor symbol, it'll actually make your label pop out, so it will jump just like it did with mine. The good thing about it is that it's perforated there. It has the perforation, that way it's easier for you to remove the back, and it'll give you access to this sticky part. So when I purchased this Dymo label maker, I forgot to mention that I did purchase it on Amazon. And I also purchased these cartridge refills. They're not from the brand Dymo. They're actually, I don't know what brand they are, to be honest with you guys. They're some generic brand, but anyways, it's a set of 6, I believe. And that's the business card from the company that I bought those from. So if you notice, they're very similar, like the one that you guys saw in the beginning. And yes, of course, they're made in China, because anything that comes from China is cheap, honey. So at first glance, it looks exactly the same like the Dymo one. The only difference, obviously, is that it doesn't have the brand slapped on the back like the Dymo one does. But other than that, it looks exactly the same, the color. And I'm going to measure it here with the Dymo brand one, just so you guys can see that it's the same width. So it is exactly the same. Same thing The only difference literally is the price, because these were cheaper, and of course I will link the ones that I bought down below if you guys wish to purchase these. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just showing you guys the difference between both of them. Obviously they look the same. The Chinese brand one looks like it has a little bit more, but to be fair, when I first received the Dymo label maker, I was being crazy and I was making a lot of labels, so that could be a very good explanation as to why it has less paper than this one from the Chinese brand. And it's the same thing as the Dymo label brand one. It has an arrow, and I'm trying to zoom it in here so I can see, so I can show you guys the arrow, because it's smaller than the Dymo brand, but it has an arrow and it says start on there, so you won't have an issue if you do purchase those ones feeding it through the label maker. So I also wanted to compare the difference between both of these label tapes. As you can see, I already inserted the Chinese brand and took out the Dymo brand from the label maker, and it's really simple to insert it. Literally all you have to do is follow the arrow that's on there, and I'm gonna take it out just to show you guys how I inserted it. What is the correct way to say it, you guys? Inserted it or insert it? I don't know. My bad. I'm sorry, you guys. But anyways, I'm going a little bit off track here. But yeah. Okay, so I'm winding it back, and then I'll put it inside there. And in order to feed it through that section all the way to the top where the two black arrows are on the very top, I have to press that blue section there on the bottom, kind of like a gun, so I can feed it through there. And oh, and one more thing, you have to make sure that the green rotary circle thingy is on the underscore looking symbol, so you can feed it through there. And that's how you guys feed it through there. And then remember, press those bumps on each side and close the case. And I'm gonna make another label so I can show you guys the difference between the brand, the Chinese brand, and the Dymo brand. So I am typing the word good. And literally, I feel like there is absolutely no difference between this Chinese brand and the Dymo brand. For all I know, the Dymo brand could have probably bought it from the same supplier in China and just slapped their brand name on it. So yeah. Now, and this, you know, if you guys don't know this, I've heard that a lot of people will buy wholesale products that come from the same manufacturer, and they will slap their brand on it. So just so you guys are aware. Anyways, so in this last portion of the video, all I'm doing is making another label with the name of my YouTube channel, of course. Now, some last points that I want to leave you guys with are that some of the reviews on Amazon were pretty harsh. Some people were saying that the label wasn't working, or they were comparing it to some other label brand from like label maker brand from like the 70s or something, from like when I didn't exist. And one of the reviews that I saw, they were complaining about it not working properly, like it wasn't embossing the letters correctly. But literally, I figured that if you don't press hard enough, it's not gonna make the impression. So you gotta be pretty rough with this thing, but rough but lovingly rough, like tough love, you know. Anyway, so that's what I did with the last label that I made. I put it on my journal. If you guys like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Not share, you guys, share my video. All right, you guys, bye.